Hello everyone, my name is Tường Minh Lý Lê from the Faculty of Public Relations and Communication at Văn Lang University, Vietnam. And I'm very pleased to be here to present to you my latest research about pandemic communication, COVID-19 presentation in Vietnamese media. As many of us know, mass media plays an important role in communicating health topics to the public, especially during pandemics of infectious diseases. The media are often the first to inform the public about disease outbreaks, available treatments, the safety and risk, and emerging outbreaks. However, while people usually rely on media for a better understanding of the topics, mass media are often criticized for framing and providing biased information. Some information is released more often, exaggerating or amplifying certain benefits or risks, leading to unrealistic expectations or fear and panic from many. From this insight, questions arise about how COVID-19 was presented in the media, and in my case, in the Vietnamese media. This research examined health communication on mass media platforms during the COVID-19 pandemic in Vietnam. Since the first case of infection in 2020, Vietnam's society and economy were severely impacted. In 2021, the epidemic situation became more severe with the number of COVID-19 cases and the number of deaths spiked. Journalists must speed up to convey the fastest information to the audience. Vietnamese media is considered to have an important role in shaping public opinion, influencing public awareness, attitudes, and behaviors, especially in the context of the current pandemic. Reviewing existing literature, I see that the media assume a gatekeeping role, making decisions about what stories will be released to the public or not, how the information will be presented, and how often it will appear. Thereby, they can shape public perception, influence public understanding and behavior towards many important issues. However, it is believed that health is an issue that tends to be over-reported, misrepresented, or reported in a biased, inaccurate, or sensational manner. Further, when covering a certain health-related issue, the media tend to emphasize the consequences, causes, and treatments, and severity of the issue and overlook the prevention. Moreover, over-reporting or giving priorities to certain topics creates a new problem, distorting the public perception. People are affected by the amount of coverage. Public anxiety fluctuates with the amount and prevalence of news coverage about a hazard. Over-reporting can lead people to overestimate the risk of death and be unaware of all the issues. You may ask, why such study is relevant? Indeed, although previous studies have provided valuable insights into the nature of health-related reporting, most of them focused on North American and European countries, which ranked highly on the World Press Freedom Index. This is the ranking on the media effectiveness based on pluralism, media independence, and transparency, which are considered to affect the news information framework. A higher rank in this index means that the media in the country perform more effectively. To understand if there is any difference in the media coverage in countries with different levels of media effectiveness, I want to investigate the COVID-19 news in Vietnam, which ranked 175 out of 179 countries on the index. In addition, this study contributes to the news literacy among the Vietnamese publics. The community could learn to balance the news input by seeking different news sources. The public health agencies could improve the information sharing process with a more diverse type of news, and the media could understand and improve the current health-related news reporting to better serve their readers. This study evaluated the following research question. How was COVID-19 information presented in Vietnamese news articles? This research is guided by the agenda-setting theory, which deals with how media selection and presentation of daily news affects how the public perceives the importance of news topics and issues. It examined how COVID-19 information is presented in the Vietnamese media using content analysis on the COVID-19 news stories collected from three of the largest publications in Vietnam, Tuổi Trẻ, Thanh Niên, and VN Express, from June to September 2021. This time frame coincides with the fourth and the most severe wave of the pandemic in the country. If the collected articles are inclined to focus on certain topics with limited sources, then the media over and under reporting may be present, and it would infer a knowledge gap among the news published. And my findings. I found that the dominant trend in reporting COVID-19 in Vietnam is the high volume of news stories, the fast speed of reporting, and the somewhat biased information. These findings agree with those of previous research on health-related news in other countries in Europe, America, and Asia. It could be inferred that health-related media presentation is quite consistent among countries, despite the different levels of media effectiveness. Each sampled publication published approximately 300 articles during the 3-month time frame, with an average of more than 3 articles per day per publication. While 3 may be a small number, people are exposed to multiple media publications a day in addition to social media channels, and the extended exposure can create news fatigue. The COVID-19 pandemic is a global crisis, including in Vietnam. During the first months of the pandemic, news audiences grew dramatically as the public anxiously searched for every detail about the pandemic. However, as the pandemic continues, the amount and variety of COVID-19 information coming from multiple sources began to confuse readers. The time frame of this study is in mid-2021, more than a year after the start of the pandemic, and the volume of news stories is still overwhelming. These articles were also published in prominent categories with high numbers of readers. You can see here almost 37% of the sampled articles were published in the breaking news section, which is the most important section and is often displayed on the homepage of the newspaper's website, making it easy for the readers to see and access. As the literature reviewed, when mass media focus on the topic and shared regularly, the public will increasingly see the topic as important. The amount of coverage will also increase public anxiety about the issue being shared, and in this case, the issue is COVID-19. The fast speed of reporting is also noteworthy. Almost 75% of the articles in the sample shared general information about the developments of COVID-19 in the previous 24 hours. Another significant figure is that 47% of the articles reported solely or dominantly on statistics. These figures may indicate that the media were having difficulty reporting. The articles are mainly about numbers and cold facts. Stories were posted so quickly that more than 500 articles in the sample used a single source. It can be inferred that the pressure to deliver news to readers as quickly as possible gave Vietnamese media less time to cross-check or find more sources, or invest in articles that bring pictures, emotions, people, and professional advice. It makes COVID-19 news hyper-political and a contributing factor to media fatigue. Above all, information about COVID-19 is somewhat biased. This is consistent with statements about health reporting in previous studies. Articles can be summed up with urgent messages. People are sick and dying. Wear a mask, wash your hands, keep social distance, and avoid crowds, or you will be infected. 96% of the articles are informational, besides a few articles analyzing the situation and giving advice. The articles focus on the consequences and severity of COVID-19, consistent with the previous findings. More positive news, such as news about vaccines and treatments, were mentioned less frequently, with only 3.9% of the articles talking about vaccines or other COVID-19 technologies and products, and only 1.8% shared information about the latest research related to COVID-19. This underreporting implies a knowledge gap in the understanding of COVID-19 and also agrees with the findings in the reviewed literature. In summary, similar to previous studies about health-related media presentation in other countries, news about the COVID-19 pandemic in Vietnamese media is polarized and focuses on providing quick updates, cold facts, statistics, and the negative effects of the pandemic, rather than research on treatments, vaccines, or in-depth analysis of the situation. This practice can cause overwhelm, confusion, or negative emotions in the readers. The findings of this study would benefit the communication researchers to further explore how to convey more complete health information to the public and how to improve media reporting in Vietnam. The study can also be expanded to other types of news to understand the news routine and agenda-setting process of the Vietnamese media. Further, this study contributes to news literacy among the Vietnamese publics. The community could learn to balance the news input by seeking information on media and other sources. The public health agencies could improve their information sharing process by sharing a more diverse type of news. The media could understand the current health-related news reporting and improve the balance to better serve the readers. Nonetheless, this study only assessed the nature of COVID-19 coverage and did not delve into why the Vietnamese media chose to publish these types of information and at this frequency. The study also did not explore the reader's perspective on how such coverage affects them and whether the media is fulfilling its role of providing information or causing media fatigue. Further studies should evaluate from the perspectives of reporters, editors, and readers to provide a more complete understanding of COVID-19 coverage and the media effectiveness in Vietnam. Here is the list of references I used for this study. Thank you so much for your interest and attention. If you have any question regarding this study, feel free to contact me. My contact information is right here. Thanks again, and I wish you have a nice day.